And I've been really impressed with GitHub communication this year, and pull requests. We got a lot of pull requests this year, and I'm going to go through that in a minute. So yeah, thanks to everyone who's contributed on GitHub. We've had a lot of not just pull requests, but like people helping each other out or talking through problems, and a lot of that has been in the large language models, open source sustainability, or open source community uh, part of the repository. So we have the repository for GSoC, and then within that we have our different. Mostly that's like the open source sustainability project. So we have different versions of things like reinforcement learning and large language models and active inference. And most of that has been in the large language models area. But anyways, thank you for your contributions there. So this is our organizational GitHub. And if you've been contributing to the projects, you see that there's this GSoC repository. So this is for the open source sustainability projects. If you're trying to contribute to Devo Graph, we have a separate Devo Learn organization where there's a Devo Graph repository there, and that's where you would do pull requests and look at the open issues. This is our repository. This project goes back to 2022. So in 2022, we did a first season of this where we had people working on reinforcement learning, active inference, and some other types of simulation, sort of a survey of what we could do to address this problem. Then in 2023 and 2024, we worked on some of the models. So we worked on reinforcement learning in 2023. Then we did some large language modeling in 2024. Then back in 2025, VD was the person working on reinforcement learning. We've been working on creating basically hybrid models where there's a layer which is an agent-based model and a second layer which is some model like a large language model or reinforcement learning. So that's kind of what this is. And then, so where it lives is here is open source sustainability using large language models. This is the repository where we've had a lot of our pull requests. We actually have 2 open pull requests. I thought I had gotten them all. But we had, so 2 open pull requests right now. I'll take care of those later. But we have a lot of closed pull requests. And this is, like all sorts of stuff that are different types of updates to things, different types of functionality that have been added, and all of that. So this looks really good. And I had 1 or 2 conversations I wanted to highlight. So this is the list of closed pull requests. And again, we've had a lot. We had one which was the auto clear calculator that was fixed. We added a safety check. There was a routing and simulation scripts, dynamic issue creation. I think the conversation space for Slack-like interactions, which is good because we were doing things with GitHub and modeling GitHub issues. And so Slack interactions are a nice functionality there. Refactor issue reading logic, fix contributor assignment. There are syntax errors and import errors. This was in reference to, so issue 112 is in reference to issue 108 and 109. So it's this issue creation and conversation space. So it's people helping people. Then there's add engagement metric to conversation space, correct type initialization, and there's some other open pull requests that I'll look at later. This was issue 99. This is add requirements.txt for a large language model open source community dependencies, and this is where there was a requirements.txt file added. where it makes installation straightforward. Currently, there is no requirements text in the repository, and this is just kind of a thing that makes it easier to use. And so it added a requirement.txt file, and that was to the front-end GUI. Okay, so that's for both Mac OS and Linux. All right, so this is just giving the detail on the pull requests. And then there was this conversation where we had someone pointing out, I think it was Akshat, that our requirements text, what was that?
Yeah, it was me.
Okay, yeah.
Ravi, could you just zoom in a bit?
Yeah, let's see. So a requirements text already exists under open source sustainability. Instead of adding a second one, I think we should update clean the existing file. Having true requirements.txt files might be confusing. And this is updating the existing file. So this updated the PR to modify the requirements text instead of adding a new file. And so this is just adding the packages in. And then another thing that was flagged separately, and that was accepted. So that was, and then I guess I haven't checked the issues, but the issues, of course, there are issues that have been added as well regarding that and some other pull requests. This is another one here. This is where 112 was opened, and that resolved the syntax and import errors introduced by 108 and 109. So it's issues 108 and 109, or maybe pull requests 108 and 109. Yeah, the dynamic issue creation enablement was 108. So I guess that's issue 63, pull request number 108. And then that's this PR, which is 112, fixes to the enabling dynamic issue creation, which was 108, and adding conversation spaces simulate Slack-like interactions 109. So these are the syntax and import errors respectively. Syntax error in run, the run file, and then import error in the simulation file, sim.py. So then this is just kind of showing how to test. And then, yeah, this was, thanks for catching this. This was Hafiz-exe. And then this is just kind of like if you issue a pull request, sometimes, different types of inconsistencies are catched by the continuous integration. And sometimes it's not. If you look through the code, you'll notice maybe something. Or if you notice at runtime, you download it and do something at runtime, you'll notice it. So it's nice that people are catching these and helping each other to address the issues. So thank you everyone who contributed to the repository.